Bathroom. Ooh, party foul. Not listening to your dentist. Make the Sonicare switch. All right, champ. Be gentle, be effective, be you. I love you.
So this is, without a doubt, the best in class when it comes to sonic toothbrushes. In fact, Philips are the people that created this whole category. This is the DiamondClean 9000, as good as it gets. That's why I call it best in class. It has features that you will not find in any other toothbrush. Sonic is the way to go. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of brush strokes per minute inside of your mouth. And it's got other features which really put it way above any other toothbrush on the market. It actually customizes itself to your teeth with that gum care brush head. There are 4 built-in cleaning modes. There are 3 intensities. There's even a brush sync mode, so you get the best possible clean of your teeth. Now, every year that I've done this, because we do this yearly, I used to get a toothbrush in my stocking too when I was a kid. I don't know about you. And it wasn't a fancy one like this. But every year, we have this. I've never seen it at this price. It's always more expensive. The retail on this is over $200. We are doing it at $119.99. And here's the rub, as they say, where it gets really good. We are giving an easy online instant rebate of $30 when you buy it, which brings your final price to $89.99. It is the lowest price ever on this mode with the rebate. There's even a Sonicare app that shows you how you can gauge your progress using these. I've been addicted to it. My son, his girlfriend, everybody I know, because every year we get, if somebody doesn't have one, we buy them one. And the difference in the way your mouth feels, it's a sensation like a massage, all right? But your mouth feels so dang clean, like really clean for the first time, okay? And it is way more gentle than sitting there and going like this, or the wheel that's like a sander, belt sander, right? It is so much easier to use. If you're a senior, you will love it. Kids love it, because they're like, oh my gosh, this feels so good. Let me introduce you to my special guest, who many of you already know. Kathy Wolf was a host here before me. How are you?
Nice to see you.
Good to see
Oh,
you.
It's nice to have you here with
You
us.
know, when I see Philips, I know you're around, because
Yes.
you've been doing this for years. I've owned this toothbrush for years. I love it. I mean, to me, it is like a massage. And you and I have had the conversation about my dad. Bad teeth. Not for any of his own reasons. Poor. Very bad diet. So when he got older, he lost a lot of his teeth. And when he got sick at the end, I remember talking to the doctors, and they were like, oral health. That plays it's a big deal. And we're not making any claims. I'm just saying that's what we think it happened to him.
Well, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Because when you think about your oral care actually transcends into your overall health care. I remember asking my doctor, my own personal physician, said, what's the #1 thing that I can do to better my health? And he said, call Paul. And Paul happens to be our dentist. Why does this make a difference? Because you need to take care of not only your teeth, but taking care of your gums. So come on in here, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you to a test
My
over here.
doctor actually asked me if I flossed my teeth.
So, just from using the toothbrush.
Yeah.
Because it's actually brushing in between your teeth and underneath the gum line. So if you are somebody who does not floss on a regular basis, and 80% of us don't, this is better than not flossing. So I still recommend that you floss. So I'm gonna let you go to work here.
Here we go.
I'm gonna let you start brushing. So just to kind of give you an idea of what this does, 62,000 movements per minute in the Philips Sonicare toothbrush. What Guy's doing, he's brushing our teeth the same way that about 75% of us actually brush our teeth. So I'm gonna come on in here and I'm gonna turn mine on. Gave you a little bit of a head start. 62,000 movements per minute, which is 124,000 movements in a 2-minute cycle. Every single time that you are brushing your teeth,
your phone.
you get 124,000 movements. It would take Guy 1 entire month to do what Philips Sonicare does in a 2-minute cycle.
I'm making a
every
drink.
Single time.
It's terrible.
Stir it up nicely.
Well, you know what?
Shake it,
Yeah.
sir.
And if you're a senior, that's a lot of work.
Yes. Yeah. So
Right?
you notice that I'm not doing any work. All I'm doing is moving the toothbrush, which is the way that you're going to brush your teeth with Philips Sonicare. You're just going to move that right along your gum line, right along your teeth. It does have what we call a smart pacer, so it's individually going to go in and it's going to brush your teeth the best way that you can every single time. But it actually pauses, and every time that pauses, you're gonna move to a new quadrant in your teeth if you're using this in the gum care mode. So let me tell you about the modes, because that's probably really important for you too. So the different modes that are on here. First and foremost, we have clean mode. If you're brand new to Philips Sonicare or to any sonic brushing, start in the clean mode. Then we have the whitening mode. That's for those of you who want to have that brighter, whiter smile in 2 weeks worth of time. Removes all those extrinsic stains. And if you put it with a whitening brush head, that will also do it in less time. Then we have gum health. I have the gum care mode brush head. It's called the G3 that's on here. There's also a deep clean mode. And then there are 3 different levels: low, medium, and high. I use mine every single day in the gum care mode, and I use it on the high. Why do I do that? All right, here's my story. 21 years of age, I had over 21 cavities in my mouth. Recommended to me, Philips Sonicare, by my dentist. 35 years later, I have not one single cavity in my mouth. You know, the only thing I changed, I used to brush with this.
Yep.
I now brush with this. All right, so then we got the whitening mode. So I did that. My smile got brighter and wider. We didn't have the gum care mode. I think it was 3 years ago, I changed to that. I had those kind of pockets that were 5s, 6,
Yeah, me too.
7.
Yep.
I had one that was an 8. I changed over to the gum care mode and put the gum care brush head on, which you're gonna get with the Today Special. I have not one single pocket that is over a 2. I had 1s and 2s, and the last time I was at the dentist, which was a week and a half ago, I said, aren't you gonna do the little pocket check thing? And he goes, I don't need to do it on you anymore.
Right.
But they used to have to do it every 3 months. I used to have to go in. Now I can go 6 months to a year without going in.
You know, people go and they buy a toothbrush like the old school one, and they don't really think about it. But this is a proactive brush. This is a brush that is going to make your mouth, but put it in better shape, better condition, and not just your teeth. We're talking about your gums. Gums are every bit as important, if not more important, which is why you said they always do, they do that to me, and they put the little needle in there, and they're trying to see if your gums are receding. I was never aware that you could do something about that. I always thought once your gums were shot, they're never gonna come back. But that's just from constant brushing improperly.
You're actually
away.
really messing that up. We have great color choices available for you too, because we have it for you in the black, which you just saw me demoing. That's always gonna be one of the most popular. And I'll let guys show this to you over here, because the 2 whites, there's just a very small difference.
Right.
If your home is a little bit more traditional, get the one that we actually call rose gold.
Yeah.
It really is more like a gold or a brass color.
And you can see the base is that color, and then it also has it up by the brush, where the brush connects. And then there's also one that comes in the silver.
The white with the silver.
Yep. And then, of course, we have the pink, which is always a big hit, right? If you got kids, they love it. And then you also get the black. In addition to that, you're getting that G3 brush head. By the way, I do have the Plaque Buster control brush heads, a 3-pack of those available. So if your dentist says, listen, you know, they're in there and they're scraping, so you have, because, you know, plaque is one of those things that could be from inherited. You have it in your family. Then you should get those as well. And my producer, Kyle, will put up those those are called Plaque Busters. I would get those as well for $29.99. Free shipping on everything today. And of course, you get the really super cool charging base.
Yeah, so
I love that.
There's 2 different ways to use the charging base. I grabbed this one right here. Keep forgetting to bring a cup out here. So there are 2 ways to charge this. You can use it in the charging base. So you get the charging base, and then there's 2 different ways. So there's one that's right here. Second, you put this into the charging base. You can see it light up. It starts charging. However, I love this. You just drop it in the cup, and it starts doing the charging as well.
Awesome.
So for those of us that don't want to try to get it into the hole, this is going to be the fastest and easiest way for you to do it.
And you get both.
That's how I get
you get everything.
Yeah, and some people prefer to have it standing up a little bit more kind of neat and tidy, let's call it. So if you want that, we do have both of those for you. But it has something called dynamic fluid action. And I want to share that with you, and I want you to see. So I have a plastic cup. Dynamic fluid action is actually showing you how you're going to be able to get in there, and you're going to be able to brush the teeth in the areas where the toothbrush is not touching. Do you see how that water is dancing around and on the inside of this? I am not inside the cup, on the outside of the cup. Why is that important? Your teeth are being brushed in between and below the gum line. That's the difference that Philips Sonicare does make for you. So if you don't have Philips Sonicare, I want to encourage you today to make that choice and to make that change and truly find out the difference that it can make. When you go in and you have your teeth done and you get that teeth cleaning, you know how you end up looking in the rearview mirror and you're thinking, oh my gosh, this feels so good. I love the way that this feels. You're gonna love the way Philips Sonicare makes your teeth feel. Your teeth feel every single time like you just came out of the dentist, but with the good report. I used to hate to go to the dentist. Now I look forward to going to the dentist. You know, the teeth cleanings, I'm not canceling them or changing them unless my schedule changes, but I'm like, I want to get back in.
The dentist just sucks when you're a kid and you know you're not doing the right thing on your teeth. And you're always like, oh, please tell me I don't have 5 cavities. As you get older, you're more responsible and you're like, okay, I'm gonna find the right tool. And I love the fact that when you were doing that, you see how that water shoots out. That is helping to get between your teeth and get those loose food particles out as well, Kathy.
That's exactly it. So just as you were saying, your dentist was actually asking if you were flossing on a regular basis. And most of us are not flossing on a regular basis. There you can see, and then as it comes back in, it's actually making the water dance on the inside of this. It makes such a huge difference for those of us who are brand new to brushing our teeth. You're brand new to Philips Sonicare. That movement on the inside, you can really see that. So it's brushing in between the teeth and it gets below the gum line. That's why it helps with the gum care. And I'm even showing this to you in the gum care mode. Gum care mode is actually 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Yes, I brush my teeth 3 minutes and 20 seconds twice a day, every single day, because it's made such a huge difference in my gums. And my gum health is the most important thing that we can take care of. It is not too late for you. If you are somebody and you're looking in there, I thought I was at the point of no return when I had those 5s, 6s, and 7s. This will be the best gift that you can give to somebody. I had my Philips Sonicare for over 8 years. The only thing I did is replace the toothbrush or replace the brush head.
I had mine for a long time before I bought a new one.
Let me show you. So if you're wondering, how do I know? This toothbrush is gonna tell you. There is an app, you can connect into the app. I like it because it just gives you a little bit of extra step. Do you see how that little red light just popped on? I put an old toothbrush head on here. And you can tell that instantly went in and said, not good. Also, however, it's still going to, there we go. It's still going to work, so the toothbrush is still gonna work. If I brush too hard, it also indicates and lets you know that you are brushing too hard, because you just want this to glide along your teeth. So each one of the quadrants, you're gonna spend about 30 seconds. So it's 10 seconds on the outside, 10 seconds on the flat side, 10 seconds on the inside. And when you get the gum care mode, it actually changes its frequency. So at the very, very end, you're now gonna run this all along your gums, and you're gonna really get just a huge difference in the way your mouth feels.
Brushing your teeth should not be a chore. It should not be work. It should be an experience that feels good. You know, like when you take a great shower, you take a great bath, or you go swimming, you know, you don't consider that work. Oh, I gotta take a shower. No, you enjoy that. And I think it's because as kids, we were kind of taught, brush hard. Brush as hard as you can, push all over. And all that does is irritate our gums, and it really, and as a kid, you hate it. The way I got my son to brush his teeth, I bought him a Sonic toothbrush from this company. I bought him a Philips, and I never had to ask him again to brush his teeth. He liked it. He really loved it.
You know, one of the things that's kind of cool for kids too, and we don't talk about the app very often, but there actually is an app, and the app you can do, because you can kind of challenge yourself. It lets you know how long your actual brushing time is every single time. So if I do like a quick little skip in the middle and I just want to do a quick little brushing, I have a tendency to brush a little bit harder. It'll be like, hey, slow down. It kind of lets me know that. In addition to that, it also gives you the time and your average time of how much time you spend brushing your teeth every single time. This is the best value. Truly invest in your health. You're gonna love the way that your mouth feels.
So here again are your choices, and I love that you get everything. I love that they throw in the glass jar, the jar, so that you could just, because you know, maybe it's a dude thing. I just throw my toothbrush in there like that. I can't balance it. But you get that, you get the little charging glass, and you get the piece that fits on the top, all right? You just pick your color, silver and white, rose gold and white, pink, or black. We give you the case. You get your initial G3 brush head. Don't forget about the plaque busters. I'm telling you, I bought those, I don't know when I got them, a year ago or whenever they came out, I got them. Amazing how they work, because I get the plaque on the bottom inside.
Yes, that's always my spot too. Well, just this toothbrush alone blasts away 10 times more plaque than brushing with a manual toothbrush.
Yeah, it's crazy.
7 times healthier gums in 2 weeks worth of time. But how about for those of us that just want whiter, brighter teeth? Philips Sonicare is going to remove those teeth stains. So if you do have the teeth stains, this is going to remove that. So how you're gonna brush your teeth, this is gonna give you kind of an idea. You're just gonna be brushing right along. We stained this with berries, but you just let the toothbrush do the work. It just brushes right along the gum line. You come right on over here. I did use the one with the soap, didn't I?
It's much
Sorry
more,
about the
but
bubbles.
isn't it
Well, that's
more,
okay, it looks like toothpaste,
it's
right?
a more peaceful,
That's okay.
like, experience, right?
So-
than using your regular brush.
It actually feels like a little massage
Yeah.
on your gum lines. So remember, it does have all the different modes. If you brush too hard, it will indicate and it will let you know.
That's a big one.
Because you can hear that there's also a light. So if you're brushing, our studio lights are really bright, so a lot of times it's hard to see the lights that are on here. The black is really easy. That's why I always demonstrate it there. But Philips Sonicare will change your life. There are not many gifts and not many things that you can say will change your life. This will truly change your life.
And by the way, with the rebate, and before, you remember before it was a mail-in rebate?
Yes.
Now it's an online rebate. You just go in with your code, punch in your code, boom, you get the money.
Yes.
So, and yeah, you can show that.
And they give it back to you in a gift card.
Gift card. Yep.
But you do not have to buy Philips items with you. You can buy gas, you can buy plane tickets, you can buy lottery tickets. You can buy whatever you want with the
Take it to
$30.
the casino.
So, and before you used to have to cut off the little UPC code on the bottom, if you want to keep the $30 for yourself, because maybe in your brain you're like, you know what? $89 is a good price, that under $100 price point for a family member. My girlfriend brought 8 of these toothbrushes and gave them to every single person in her family for Hanukkah. And I remember she said to me, and this was 3 years, maybe 4 years ago now, and she said every single year they're like, remember when you gave us that toothbrush? But the beauty is they're all still using the same toothbrush. All they're doing is replacing the toothbrush head.
When I think about, like, again, I talk about my family and stuff like that, my dad and all this stuff, because he didn't, he just, poor guy was in his 30s, his teeth were just falling out. Not from cavities. Because of malnutrition as a child. He was the youngest of 8 kids. They were poor, so they scrambled for food every day. But you don't have to live like that. And I am telling you, I believe in this more than anything else, as when it comes to like products that we sell here. Taking care of your mouth and your teeth is integral in taking care of your entire body. And when you think about it, and I don't know if it was my dentist or my doctor told me this, they're like, if you go to bed and your teeth are not clean, basically bacteria is growing in your mouth. And he said, and what do you do all night? You swallow and you swallow. He goes, that collective bacteria that is going through your body is not a good thing.
I never heard that, by the way.
Well, because where does
makes
bad breath come from?
That's right.
Bacteria, right? And sugars and things like that. And I'm not a doctor. I'm not making any claims. I'm just saying, if you have food in your teeth that's in there because you don't have a sonic toothbrush and you don't floss, if you wake up in the morning and you have bad breath, chances are you miss some spots.
You have bacteria
in
your mouth.
Swallowing that all night long. Over years and years.
Which is why my doctor said, you know what? Your dentist is your best friend. Ask him what's the best thing that you can do for your overall health. Our oral care does transcend into our overall health care. So we're gonna show you again why this makes a difference. So I'll let you go ahead and start brushing. I wake up in the morning and I still feel kissable first thing in the morning. Not that I have anybody to kiss me in the morning, but I wake up feeling kissable first thing in the morning.
About the flood over here, girlfriend. Kidding me? I got a dog that kisses me. That's
I do too.
Right now.
That's right. Is yours a girl? Yeah, yours is a girl and mine's a boy. See? There we go.
It works out.
The true loves of our lives.
Yeah, exactly.
But as you're in here and you're brushing and brushing and brushing
I'm not
and
even
brushing
getting
and
any
brushing.
foam, for goodness sake.
So I'm gonna come right on in with the Philips Sonicare toothbrush, and you'll notice instantly this is 62,000 movements per minute. That's what that's representing to you, which is 124,000 movements in a 2-minute cycle. Every single time that you brush your teeth, you're getting 124,000 movements. What Guy is representing to you is with a manual toothbrush, it would take you an entire month of brushing your teeth to do what Philips Sonicare does every single time that you brush your teeth. So every single time, I'm getting a month's worth of manual toothbrushing. So I get that twice a day. For me, sometimes 3 times, sometimes 4 times a day, because I'm kind of crazy about brushing my teeth.
I mean, to me, it's like, I made the analogy before about taking a shower. I'm looking for lather.
Yes.
I mean, that shows me that I'm doing it properly.
Yes.
I'm working it in, but I'm not overdoing it. And with that pressure sensor, if Kathy was to push too hard, and you'll see, that pressure sensor goes off and it's like, stop, You don't need to work that hard.
I always say, let the toothbrush do the work for you. And it's hard for us because we're so used to really kind of having to move like this. You just glide it along your teeth and along the gum line. You won't believe how clean and how wonderful
you're not washing
your mouth
a car.
feels. So that's exactly it. You are not. You are
teeth.
definitely not washing a car. We want you to have the best experience possible. And I liken it to this. When's the last time you upgraded your phone? I guarantee you probably within the last 2 years you've upgraded your phone. You might have spent thousands of dollars upgrading your phone.
You probably in the last 6 months spent $100 on a pair of shoes or a pair of sneakers, which
none of those things do anything
to
our
overall
health.
All right, for your
Maybe
overall
an orthotic,
long-term health. So, and you will spend $100, $150 on shoes or sneakers or whatever. But this is something, this is a life change. This is, you know what? I really want to take care of my teeth. More importantly, I want to take care of my gums. And that is a big issue, you know, because you actually think my teeth will get whiter if I push harder. That's not how it works.
You're not scrubbing
it doesn't work
harder.
that way.
You know,
there's not more white underneath.
You're kind of tearing things is what you're doing.
Right.
You're tearing along your gum lines, which is why a lot of us do have that problem as well. The best way to really take good care of your overall health is to simply purchase Philips Sonicare. It is built with a motor on the inside. So those 62,000 movements per minute, what they're doing is it has dynamic fluid action. You can see how it's going between the teeth and it's going below the gum line. So it's cleaning where the toothbrush is not even touching. All you do is simply glide it along. It's hard to get used to at first, but that's why I love that this toothbrush lets you know when you do brush too hard too.
Let me tell you, and you and I have talked about, you and I have done so many shows together, and I can always tell when I look at a person, I mean, the first thing we look at their faces.
Yeah.
And we look at their smile. That's always, at least that's me, right? You know, we'll save all the rest stuff for later. But I mean, like, you know what I mean? When I look at somebody, like I look at Kathy, and Kathy has a beautiful, beautiful, bright smile. And Kathy's not 19, neither am I. And a lot of people think, well, I'm getting older, my teeth just are gonna start to yellow in my mouth. That's when it's even more important to take care of your teeth.
Agreed.
That's like, I am so much better about my physical habits, like in my 50s and 60s than I ever was in my 20s and 30s, because now you notice quicker. If you're not proactive, things go away.
Yes.
Your teeth get yellow. You don't feel as good. If you don't rest, if you don't sleep right, all those things, if you don't wash right, I mean, all those things, you notice it because your resistance gets down as you get older. So you want to do things that make your body feel better, first of all, but also aesthetically, but even it's good for you. You know, and I'm telling you, the old school way of brushing your teeth with a manual toothbrush is not a good, it was good in the beginning. Problem is, as kids, we learned brush harder, brush harder, brush harder. It's not brush harder, it's the quality of the brushing, not the quantity of the brushing. And that's what Sonic does. It gets in and around the teeth, and we have the #1 brush, all right? I have bought probably 4 of these, because it's just me and Danny. We've each had 2 over the years, because he had one when he was itty bitty.
Yeah.
He had one when he was like 3, 4, 5 years old. But it's the only brush I'll use, all right? You get the G3 brush to start. We have the backup tartar busters. If you want to get a 3-pack of those, they come in black or they come in white. You get a case, you get your charger, you get everything you need, including your beginning brush. And here's what we're doing. We dropped the price. In fact, they dropped the price yesterday.
They did.
From $129, excuse my voice, to $119. We're giving you a $30 rebate. All you do is go online. They're going to send you a $30 gift card. Done. And you can use it on whatever you want. Lowest price I've ever seen it for. This is a better price, I think, than I paid 3 years ago for the one that I have now.
When we first started bringing Philips Sonicare, we were amazed that we were able to get the price under $100. Speaking of that, 35 years ago, you know why I didn't buy the toothbrush immediately from my dentist? It was $119. That's with the toothbrush, the Philips Sonicare toothbrush, not with all the amazing technology that this has today with the gum care, the deep clean, the whitening mode. You have everything in here that's gonna help you to really feel better about your smile, to feel more confident. You know when your teeth are clean, you know your breath is good, and you don't feel like you're kind of pulling away from people. When your teeth are whiter, you feel better about that, and you wanna smile more, you take more selfies. It is that dynamic fluid action that actually gets between the teeth and below the gum line, but it's because this is a motor that is in here. When you charge it up, the motor on this is good for about 2 weeks worth of time.
Yeah.
And then the case that comes with this, you either get a white case or with the black one, you get a black case.
I love it. It's like a hard shell suitcase. It's so great.
And it feels almost like kind of like a leather. It has sort of a leatherette finish to it. It's really, I think it's the nicest case of any of them that we do. There's also room for 2 toothbrush heads. So maybe if you're traveling, you just take you and your spouses or you and your child, just take your own toothbrush head in there. And we've had families, if budget is something you're really considering. So there's one there and one there.
And then the body of the brush just goes like that.
And then in mine, I have the gum care and I have the whitening because every once in a while I just want to pop up the whitening, so I put the whitening.
How many of you out there have a regular toothbrush that didn't come with all this, and you are wrapping toilet paper around the end and sticking it into a bag? That's what people do. I mean, clean toilet paper. You know what I'm saying, though? Because I used to do that when I was a kid. I mean,
I'd pay 20, 30 bucks for this. I would search it out just for the case.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And you get the case in there.
Yep.
So again, let's kind of just show you what the difference it actually makes with Philips Sonicare. So here is the,
Let's say I'm brushing.
This was the one I was doing. So I'll even give you that one, just in case you're wondering.
And give me a head start.
And I'll give you the head start. So that was the one that I was brushing with before. So I'll let you kind of do that. I'm gonna come in and in seconds, you can see how instantly those 62,000 movements per, there we go. I'm like, what is that in the background there? 62,000 movements per minute or 124,000 movements in that 2-minute cycle. It would take Guy 1 entire month to do what Philips Sonicare is doing every time you brush your teeth. Now, with the different modes too, there's actually a different amount of time. The frequency and the movement on this changes depending on what your options are. So if you're actually trying to whiten your teeth, that's okay. We're gonna take care of that for you as well. If you just wanna clean your teeth, if you're brand new to starting with this, there are 2 things I wanna tell you about with Philips Sonicare and our toothbrushes. One of the things that I love about this, there is a slow start. When you get it, so if you've already been using Sonicare, you can place it into the base and you're gonna hold down the button and that's gonna actually override that. So it'll jumpstart you right to where the full power is. If you're brand new, it gets gradually stronger over the first 2 weeks worth of time. So that's just a nice little extra feature. When you pop the toothbrush head on, since this is a gum care one, it will actually go into your individual modes. So that's gonna be important for you. You can override those modes. So the different modes you have clean, you have white, you have gum health, and then you have deep clean. If I had a whitening toothbrush head, it would automatically go into the whitening mode. It also is smart enough, the technology, it will pair to an app. If you wanna use the app, you don't have to. Some people like for the challenge, but it's gonna pair to the app and it will let you know when you need to replace your toothbrush head. If you don't want to go into the app and you're wondering, how do I know when to replace it? This is an older toothbrush head that I placed on here. See the little red light? The red light is indicating to me that it's time to replace it. Does it still work when it needs to be replaced? Yes, it still works. If I brush too hard, it also indicates not only with a little bit of a sound, but also with the light on that as well.
Because how else would you know?
You don't.
You know, you're in a hurry, trying to get to work, and you're just going, you actually know when you're brushing too hard. Listen, $30 rebate brings the price down to $89.99. If you use your HSN credit card for the first time and you buy this, with the rebate, $49.99 is what it will cost you. And I'm telling you, it's not a cost, it's not an expense, it's an investment, all right? You can, does this qualify for extended returns? Awesome. So you could try it out. Because a lot of you are like, I don't know, maybe it's too much for me. No, it isn't. You're hearing the sonic waves as they vibrate off your teeth, but it is safer. It is less pressure, less harmful, feels better. And I'll tell you, this feels better, knowing I'm getting it for $89.99, lowest price anywhere on this mode, okay? So you're gonna get the rebate.
And it comes back as a gift card too, so you can use it on anything that you want.
That'll be yours in the mail. They'll send you a gift card.
Doesn't have to be for Philips or
Take
anything
it to the
like that.
casino and put it on black. I don't care what you do with it. But these are also the most elegant toothbrush on the market.
Yes.
I want you
We
to
literally say bow and go. That's why we don't even wrap these. We just put it right there and put a bow on top.
Black, that's the color Danny has. I actually have mine in the white and silver, which is another color. pink, which has the silver, and then I said white and rose gold. Those are your choices. You get the little charging cap, all right? And then remember, you can also take it and you can put it in the glass, which we're also giving you. So you can do either way. It is up to you. That goes there, this goes here, and this goes back here. But look at the design, the style, the form. And you said, how long does it last on a charge?
Like 2 weeks.
Oh,
so depending on the mode, if you're
So
on
I don't have
clean
to
mode,
bring-
it's about 3 weeks, but
If I
on the
go
deep
away,
clean,
if I go on a trip,
2 weeks.
I don't have to bring the charger.
So if you love the white, but you have a more traditional home, get the rose gold one. If you have a lot of brass and a lot of gold tone fittings in your home, that's the one that I have because my house is really super old school traditional. It's
Yeah,
like
me too.
Little New England style. So
You know,
that's the reason
exactly me.
That's why I have
I
that. That's
know.
the one that I love. But there are very few things in life that you can give as a gift that somebody is going to use twice a day and is truly going to change their life. So if you want to give the gift of better oral health care, this is the ultimate solution for you. I promise you they will thank you for it.
And
every
if you
time.
want to be a responsible parent or grandparent,
Yes.
and you're filling those stockings filled with